Wait, this not work.
Guys, it is another episode. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is 2.5 Stooges. My name is Philip Peter. To my right, I have
Javon Simpson.
and to my left, I have
Renard Rhythm Anderson.
So today, guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments, the likes, the shares, and all of the wonderful stuff.
Right.
Of course, you remember to subscribe, click the notification bell, leave a comment, make us know if we are talk sense or not. We'll argue with it in the comments. We'll have
We'll have the discourse in the comments.
yeah, we willing to do that.
And bring a friend in the comments so if you feel like you want to group up
Yes.
and argue with, and we
Yeah.
group up and argue.
Yeah, 'cause we just block you. But but definitely have the conversation with us. So today what we'll be talking about is another interesting topic. It seems that my engagement has spurred the minds of my friends, and that's quite fine. It does give us an opportunity to have these conversations.
Yes.
We'll be looking at what after marriage in terms of having children, how do you balance career goals, all of those wonderful stuff. Now, just to shout out and to lead up the conversation, I shout out to my marriage counselor, Dr. Mir Nichols. We did this topic in counseling, so I kind of have a little bit to work with.
Yeah.
Now, for me, and this is a direct throw to all of the people them. Where this week, when you see the ring, you talk about picnic for follow. Look here, you keep it.
What's next, Mr. Peter?
Yeah, let me tell you something. Keep it, you keep it.
Man, forget them youth.
Yeah, man, you can't get the youth. Later, I want a little time to enjoy charm a little bit. You understand?
All right.
And the
Shout
thing
out
is,
to Charm.
Charm little bit or charm little bit?
yes, little bit. I don't know what you're talking about. Little bit. Nearly had an eye down a moment, but we're reformed.
right, yes.
So, reason being, it for me, I think it's very important that we don't rush ahead in terms of fulfilling the societal quota, I would call it. Because once you get married, the pressure from the church community, and there are people who would deviate from that norm, and even the wider society is when you're going to start having kids. And I've noticed that in a lot of divorces that would have happened in recent history, there's an interesting trend where people get divorced after 20, 21 years, and you wonder how. When you
Or
go
why?
further, why? Yeah, yeah, that's the more important question. How I don't say them go to the lawyer, but when you check it out, you realize that they would have had the children early in the marriage, and the children became the focal
The
point.
main priority.
So when the children left, there wasn't any connection. There wasn't anything left. So it became difficult for them to interact.
Yeah.
Now, truth be told, for my parents, they did not waste any time, because I think they got married January 1990, and then I popped up in December. But they spaced out the kids after that, because my other brother was 4 years after, and then Jonathan would have been 4 years after, and then David was 3 years after that.
Them realize say no man.
Yeah, but you can't do them. You can't follow Drake and do them back to back. You understand? But you have to give yourself time to grow. And then what I also noticed, so Javon and Renard, is that sometimes there is a disconnect even when it comes on to the whole matter of career.
Yeah.
For example, I fully intend to do my master's degree very soon.
Amen.
And I know that definitely Charm is
into
going
that.
to do something post-grad soon too. So you have to give consideration for the fact that, is it that you want to be a superman and have these kids and go to school
And have a career,
Yes.
at the same time?
take care of a family, a home, all of that. And I think, I don't remember where I heard this, but I was listening to something, and the person said that a lot of persons because when you mention divorce, a lot of persons only say I do to one person. They say that to say that every 10 years a person changes. And a person changes during season and stuff. So what a person wants and needs changes during the time. So you really need to take the time out to get to know the person.
Yeah.
And if you haven't created like a firm foundation from the beginning to take the time out to get to know the person, it's going to be hard because getting married means no, we're living together. May I come home, come see you daily.
Every day.
We're coming home to see each other, right? More than likely on the same bed, you watch the same TV, in the same house.
Yeah.
As another level of getting to know each other too. You know. As I would add to what Peter would have said, that having the children early means that the children would be the focal point. I think another flip side to that could be if you have, let's say you just get married, right? And you wouldn't have had the opportunity to actually get to know the person on a more personal level than being in your personal space. If you have a child, then as Peter said, the focal point would then be the child. But then after the child gets mature enough or old enough and the child moves out, that's when you're actually realizing the dirty habits of the person, because now you actually start see certain things start come out. I mean, it might seem strange after 18 years you see them something there, but
yeah, and then sometimes once the child, in a certain sense, once the child goes to like teenage years where them have a certain sense of autonomy, you can kind of pick
Put
up.
them out.
Not no man, Jesus, please, brother. Me can pick up where you left off. Really.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Put them out of the forefront of the mind.
Have expensive boot in your mouth. Take your foot out of your mouth. No. So, yeah.
I have a question though, because we're speaking on the basis that when both persons get married, neither one of them have kids
yet.
or a child. What if one of them had or have a child before the marriage? How do you operate or maneuver that situation then?
A challenge identified means there is a challenge to overcome. So us having this conversation doesn't mean that it's hopeless. It means that now you're going to have to act accordingly. Hey, good afternoon. So so it now becomes a matter of how do you strategize to get around it.
Yeah.
Now, is it that when you have the child in the space and you spend time with the child, but you have a designated time where it's just and I was watching this Instagram live, I think it's Bliss Marriage that would be out of Emmanuel Apostolic Church, Portmore, where they were saying that you'd have to structure your time. So you'd have picnic time where you run up and down with the picnic. And then you'd have to have time where you interact with your partner one-on-one. You go send where they picnic them, go them grandparents or babysitter, not put them out. You understand?
Why would you put
But
why would you put
let
out
us
kids?
not continue. You see me? And then you have your own, you have me time, where it's understood that, hey, I'm in my own space, I just recharge, and you take things from there. Because the truth of the matter is, if you look at it from a mature point of view, and I'm not all that mature, but I can look at it, for the moment. When the person goes into me time, it should recharge them to when them come back to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember,
Because
even
you have what I would call it love fatigue, where when you see somebody every day,
you're tired of them.
you get
Tired of them.
I never said that.
Tired of
Love fatigue. I will not.
tired of them.
Yeah, man.
Right. We should also remember, even though the marriage is one marriage, one flesh, the union is one. You're still two persons, two complete individuals. I remember when you get married, you should be the whole. You shouldn't. The other person should complete you. That's not where. That's not where. No.
They will, but it shouldn't be a case that you're dependent on them completing you to become whole.
Yeah, you should be.
Or something is missing from you, therefore you're
looking at somebody to fill that void.
Yeah.
That's not what we're getting at.
Yeah.
So having time by yourself will be paramount.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have my alone time,
You can get grunchy.
right?
Could have picked that up.
I will literally shut down. Literally. So if I have too much interaction with people, when I go home, I go home and I sleep. Like every day after work, people think I'm asleep because I'm tired. I'm asleep because I'm tired.
A people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I have to recharge mentally. Like
I wonder if that's why Sarah sleep so much.
when we go home, they never talk.
Shout out to Sarah.
My family never talk to me because they know, alright, Renard reach home, he might go upstairs, he might go sleep, and wake up, we can deal with him.
Yeah.
Because if you just need people every day, so it's
But
not that I'm gonna like people.
I know
it's a good
it might
thing, you know.
actually mean that you want to serve because you have a heart of service because it actually bear on you.
Yeah, man.
I draw from you.
I think it's a good thing because at least you know yourself to that point. Like, and other than other persons that might not know that of themselves, and so they might lash out at people and not realize why they're lashing out at people. So you know, say yo, as long as me have a long day with people, we need to go take a rest and then me, revitalize myself and come back strong.
Because I still know, because like you see, even especially from COVID start, me notice that anytime I go home, like when we reach home now, I'll be just exhausted, but I don't want to sleep. So me literally just laying at the bed, not do nothing, and me there for an hour, 2 until me decide to get up. Matter of fact, even sometime when we go to church, I go to church and we reach home 1 o'clock. I kind of cut it out still because I want to eat the food quick. But more time, we go up on the bed. Let's say we reach home 1 o'clock. Me then at the bed till about 1:30 to 2 before I come get dinner. Because you have to recharge. And it is okay.
So
There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
Honestly,
me?
For me, like I think since earlier this year perhaps I would say, well, late last year, earlier this year, I ran into a version of myself that I didn't even know would ever exist, where I just want to take a break from talking to people in general, like just come off of WhatsApp, just say yo, not available, something like that, and just cut. And
it takes a lot to reply.
And persons would have been, I've met persons that would have been upset about it and be like, yo, if you just cut, and the kind person that I am most times would be like, right, sorry that I disappear, but at the end of the day, you realize how beneficial it is to you as an individual. I realize that over the years I've been putting so many persons before myself. I've been putting a lot of friendships, a lot of persons and whatever situations they're going through above myself or before myself, and in the long run you realize that they're not necessarily providing that space for you back at the end of the day, and so you are then left in a spot where
it's a bit
you probably feel a bit lonely. You probably feel like say you know nobody for rely upon in another sense. And I've spoken to persons that actually feel the same way as well, where they provide help for other persons. I know you guys can say the same thing as well, where you provide help or you provide assistance for other persons.
Servant complex.
Exactly, and so after that, you don't necessarily have something to go and take your mind off everything. And so for me personally, I've even said to myself that I'm gonna start go up more, and that's where the thought came from when I say
So comes to the outside, I know.
I'm going to talk about the dating thing there. I think that's where that thought came from.
Outside
now. The dating thing lead him outside.
That's where that thought came from. Because
nurse I try heal him, man.
For me,
let us take a moment.
I went to
remember, guys. Registered nurses is where it is at. If you're a young man, if you want,
shameless pluggy.
Get yourself a registered nurse. Not one of the miserable one them. Me just slip it in. Here what? More time than we work on shift, and you want your personal space, and then working night shift, you get fit on a yard night. So it comes with pros and cons.
Charm, I hear this.
And yeah, and the uniforms look nice.
Oh God.
Charm, you hear? When he encourages you to take the night shift, I call him tired of you. Yeah man, it's okay. Go out in the night.
Me not encourage her. Them say Tisha do.
What is to go back to it though? We come again. we spoke about communication briefly last time, and it's back here where you need to have that place where you and your partner can just talk freely. I know it takes a while to happen, which is why you need to get to know your partner.
Yeah.
When you just get married, because it's a whole different conversation from we're dating, we're courting, we're engaged. So
because you can't turn it off.
right
Mhm.
to know when we're in the space most of the time around each other, and we walk past you, probably never want to say it, but because we can't read minds,
Precisely, we
Ladies.
cannot.
ladies.
We
You can
cannot.
barely read book.
Hey,
We cannot read.
sometimes
man.
look for words and I know from the whole long. I still I guess I call the word wrong. So imagine
Me I try read your thoughts.
right, and you women know just what day. Me if you know everything about you, that not gonna make no sense. So
Exactly.
what we're saying is take time, right? Leave the kids them out for a while, right?
And stop
Leave-
saying fine if you know you're not fine.
right. Leave your friends them out for a while.
You know, so me say that now have nothing to do with this, but we're
Yeah.
gonna make it go on.
Come home. Let's spend some time together after work. Bobal forget beat up. Not constantly, but occasionally.
Occasionally.
Occasionally,
Every
constantly.
occasion.
Every occasion.
Every occasion.
You know, waking up is an occasion.
Going to
You know,
bed is
going
an
to bed,
occasion.
yeah, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Right? So,
It's occasionally. No wrong with what we say.
right.
You know, that sanctify himself over here, people. I want to see what pray for himself.
So spending time, and spending time is not only about the coitus, for lack of a better word, or for not wanting to use any other words. It's not necessarily for coitus. It is for
Intimacy is important too.
and yes, intimacy is
And
not
it is a separate
necessarily coitusing. It's not the mixture of bodily
Romance,
fluid and stuff.
my marriage counselor says, and it's a proven fact, romance is not intimacy, and intimacy is not sex. But it's like a Venn diagram.
Yeah.
So they can intersect at points, but they are distinctly different
Yes.
things. And before I forget, what I would want to add to this is when you we mentioned the whole matter of career before, but let's look at that again. You would need to that's how much it. So you need to make sure that you are able to fully express yourself in terms of what you would want to do professionally. Now you of course have factors that can hamper that are external to you. You can adjust. But I think it's crucial that if you have a passion, if you have a career choice that you want to go into, within those early days, you go and struggle a little bit, but pivot and see where you want to go. And the thing is that what you ought to do is that my goal is your goal.
Mm.
So when Cham go do the postgrad in whatever she wants to do it in, it is not just her doing it, it's me and her doing it, which means then I know say she go use this against me later, but whatever.
Yes,
So
man.
it means that
I sense a promise coming.
no, whoa, slow down.
It's commitment.
But it means that if it's a case that she would normally clean the house and she's studying now, it means that objectively speaking, you should be able to fall in line and clean. You know what I mean? Say, yo, you got on. You see me? You can play more of the house cleaning if you want to feel a little better about it.
I still clean.
And say you must be dreaming, but yeah, do it. But you make the adjustment because it's not just her that's doing it. Because the fact of the matter is, in another sphere, you're going to hear that Philip's wife, that sounds nice, was able to achieve so and so. Yeah, it have a little ring to it,
And
right? So
and then you
it's,
can also hear that Charm's husband.
I'm sure she's going to say that a lot.
And quite often when a couple either one of them succeed at something, quite often on the graduation they are the day of collecting the achievement
That's my
award.
wife.
They're like, yeah man, we did it together as a
I wonder
family,
if
and so
that's why
and so it
February
feels good.
moved to.
And so it
That's
feels
my
good.
wife.
Man,
It-
that would make it
It
interesting.
feels good to be as a couple and accept an award that yeah man, wife get this. I feel too
Big boss.
Yeah.
You see me?
That's my wife. Well,
I think she got a leadership flack from you. But me have go look up our accolades and come tell me another time.
Well, guys, that was another interesting, insightful, thought-provoking, and diversion. Diversion happening episode of Two and a Half Stooges. I mean, where Stooges are involved, you have to accept the fact that diversions
will come.
Exactly.
My God.
Right. So we want to thank you for continuously listening. And remember to share, like, subscribe,
and comment.
Yeah.
Tell your friend, make your friend tell your friend, make a friend tell a friend they were a friend and a friend, and a friend tell a friend with the other friend, and the whole them tell each other friend, and then they come and get up our way, and we reply to you know. Until we can't reply no more, we're black you know. But we still subscribe.
We willing to throw one in our episode.
We'll have laughs with that
matter of fact, if you hear we say something and you want to throw a word, you just send it to the person and say, I thought of you when I heard it.
I didn't say it, but just hear it. I didn't give them it. Right.
So have a blessed day. Thanks.
Wait, this not work.
Just move.